with you on SportsCenter as we get set for the NBA playoffs tipping off this weekend. Game 1 between the Rockets and the Lakers is Saturday night. LA has home court advantage, but after injuries to Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves in recent weeks, the Lakers are plus 425 underdogs to advance. It's the first time LeBron James has ever been a home underdog in a playoff series. NBA analyst Danny Green is back with us. So what chances are you giving LeBron James and the Lakers in this series?
I think they have pretty good chances. I like them. If I'm a Lakers fan, I like the fact that they can extend a series. This series, they can take it to 6 or 7, hopefully get Luka and AR back by that time. But they found some great chemistry with them being out. Luke Kennard stepped it up a lot. Marcus Smart has been great, coming back healthy. DeAndre Ayton, all those guys have stepped up and have some good chemistry and playing well and hard. JJ's also had some good philosophies against Houston. They found some things when they played them that back-to-back. They were trapping KD. He kind of looked disheveled and distressed and frustrated. They turned him over. So they played a really good defensive, system against the Houston Rockets team, and it jumped the game up. Even though they were healthier, even without Luka and Austin Reeves, I think they can do the same thing and kind of keep themselves within arm distance. If you keep it within arm distance, LeBron James in the clutch can kind of take you home at some times. At some points, they give you at least one or two wins. Yeah,
LeBron James looks young and spry at 41. That Rockets-Lakers game is game 1 is Saturday night at 8:30 Eastern on ABC. At 3:30 Eastern Saturday, the Nuggets are going to host the Timberwolves in game 1. How do you see that series playing out?
I see this one kind of getting over pretty quickly. Minnesota's been up and down late in this season. They haven't looked as strong. They have had injuries with Anthony Edwards with his knee. It's been up and down. Jaden McDaniels has been kind of up and down too, in and out with the lineups. So the Nuggets, they've been playing really good basketball as of late too. Jokic is a system, but other guys have stepped up. Tim Hardaway Jr., Cam Johnson, Christian Brown, Bruce Brown. But Jamal Murray and Jokic, best two men in the game. Their usage rate together and in the clutch. And the key really is Aaron Gordon. He's been healthy. And when he's healthy, you know how dangerous this team is. They went to 7 games with OKC, even with him with a grade 2 hamstring, still try to play through it, but couldn't get it done. But if you have a healthy Aaron Gordon, that might be a different series last year. And this year, they're even a deeper team. So I think the Denver Nuggets will probably get this one done in 5.
All right, Vegas agrees with you. Denver is minus 360 to win the series, according to DraftKings Sportsbook. In the East, the Hawks and the Knicks will face each other in the first round. Jalen Brunson in New York won 2 of 3 games in the season series, but Jalen Johnson and the Hawks were hot down the stretch, winning 19 of their last 24 games to lock up the 6th seed. So what kind of a test do you think the Hawks will be for this Knicks team?
A really good test. I like what they've done this year. They have 2 guys that are up for most improved player of the year. That's Jalen Johnson, who is almost damn near average a triple-double. He's having like a great all-star year, all-NBA year. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's doubled his production from last year to this year. CJ McCollum has given him some veteran leadership and some scoring in the clutch. But those 3 guys have been great. And you got Jonathan Kuminga off the bench. Dyson Daniels, good defensive presence. So I like what they've done. They have an identity. They've been hooping. They're playing at a fast pace. And this group will give the Knicks a run for their money if you let them.
All right, New York currently 4.5-point favorites for Saturday's game 1 at MSG. Danny, thank you. Winner go home game tonight in the first game of the play-in tournament. Miami was the East's highest scoring team, while Charlotte had the conference's 4th best record since January 1st. The winner plays Friday with a chance to become the 8th seed in the playoffs. Our 3-time NBA champion Danny Green joins us now. So Danny, who wins tonight, the Heat or the Hornets, and why?
I think this is going to be a tough one. The Heat have some experience, but I'm going to go with the Charlotte Hornets. They just have looked like a totally different team the second half of the season. The last fourth anyway. They've played extremely well. They've played together. LaMelo Ball has really matured and grown up in his last 3 or 4 months of the season. Guys come off the bench. Kobe White's been amazing for them, but Brandon Miller has led the charge, 20-plus points a game in numerous consecutive games. Khan Knippel, Rookie of the Year candidate, to me, is Rookie of the Year. And Melo and Khan being 1 and 2 punch, they have led the league in threes at 1 and 2, and nobody's done that since the Splash Brothers. So those 2 guys are very dangerous from the perimeter. And, of course, you got Musa Diabate, who's cleaned up inside, and Miles Bridges does all the blue-collar work. So I like what those guys can bring to the table and their high-powered offense.
All right, Charlotte also 5.5-point home favorites. In the West tonight, the Suns will host the Blazers in the 7-8 play-in game, with the winner getting Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs in the first round. Tonight's losers will play the winner of tomorrow's Clippers-Warriors for the 8th seed to take on the defending champion Thunder. Great consolation prize. Who do you give the edge to in Blazers-Suns tonight, and why?
I'm going with Phoenix, and because they have a little bit more experience with Devin Booker, he's going to come to play, but they have an edge. Like, I love what Thiago Splitter's done with that Portland Trailblazers group, but Jordan Ott has done an amazing job with this group, and it surprised a lot of people this year. Dylan Brooks, Colin Gillespie, Royce O'Neal, those guys have played very hard night in, night out, and given them an identity. They got guys like Ryan Dunn, Iguodaro, like night in, night out. They have a different guy step up and do different things for them. They got Jalen Green back, who was not healthy for most of the season. But this team has played extremely well, and it's because of the likes of Jordan Ott and what he's done in coaching that group.
Also, Devin Booker, who had 3 straight 30-point games to end the regular season. Danny, thank you.
And have her rate Joe Fortenbaugh, by the way, coming up. All right, the NBA play-in tournament kicks off tonight. Must-win matchups in the East. We have the Miami Heat meeting the Charlotte Hornets. In the West, we have the Trailblazers facing the Phoenix Suns. And a reminder, here's how we got here with these play-in teams. So, 4th straight year in the play-in for the Heat. Miami, 2nd highest scoring offense in the NBA. The Heat, however, were 22 in scoring defense. Hornets, one of the surprises of the season, they improved by 25 wins over last year, won 28 of their last 38, second best record in the East during that span, trailing only the Celtics. All right, let's go out west. Blazers overcame an unexpected early season coaching change. They won their most game since 2021. Denny Abja, career season, averaging over 24 points. Portland won 7 of its last 10, and the Suns, another team that made a jump from last year, 9-win improvement. They did it with defense, ranked 6th in the NBA in scoring defense to offset their 26th ranked offense. If you're not going to play one, you got to play the other. Joining me now is NBA analyst, 2016 NBA champ, Iman Shumpert. So, Shump, we have Heat and Hornets. This is really interesting. Miami obviously got the best of Charlotte, 3 out of 4 in the regular season, but you know they can shoot those threes like crazy. What's going to be the deciding factor tonight, do you think?
Defending that three-point line, like you said. I think that Miami has had a little bit of slippage, honestly, the last 10 games with defensively how they approach a game. I think they've been doing a great job scoring the ball. But when you're playing against the Charlotte Hornets, any type of defensive lapses, which if your defense is suffering, they are the type of team that will tear you up. And I say that because it's a lot of penetration. It's a lot of highlight dunks. There's a lot of oops. There's long threes that they shoot. Con Knipple and LaMelo Ball shooting the hell out of the ball right now. But when you have a team like Miami that is suffering in that department as far as defending the three-point line and then defending the guards, I think that you're going to run into some trouble in that matchup. I like the Hornets a lot in this.
Yeah, listen, they led the regular season and made threes. They hit over 16 a game, almost 38% clip. All right, let's go to the Suns and the Blazers battling for the right to play Wemby and the Spurs in round 1. Phoenix wins the regular season series 2-1. What decides this one?
I think that I like Phoenix coming out of this, and I say that because they are heading into a playoff form. And though this is a play-in tournament, in playoff form, you have a Devin Booker. And that's somebody that, when in the playoffs, can always go off for about 40 and higher numbers up after that. Devin Booker understands what's at stake getting into this seed. I don't know what getting to this spot actually does, because facing the San Antonio Spurs has to be a nightmare. Exactly. But I do like them in this matchup just because they have guards that can match up and they can defend as well as score the ball at a high clip. I think the Trailblazers will deal with them better if they were in a full series, but this being a play-in situation, I just like my chances with the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, listen, I mean, Book only played in one of those meetings. He had 19.6 of 13 shooting, and the Suns did win that one. So, as you mentioned, yay, you get to play Wemby and the Spurs. Which team, though, do you think matches up better with the Spurs? Would it be Phoenix or Portland in a matchup sense?
I think that it's going to be Phoenix again, and that's why I like them coming out of this. Phoenix has the ability to match up with the Spurs and compete with their backcourt for long enough to get it to the end of games. We talk about the knock on Wemby being that he doesn't finish all the games. He doesn't play the high minutes, and getting him into those situations in playoffs where he has to play high minutes and he has to play multiple games within the week that you can't sit out of, you can't rest, and you can't run from the contact. You're going to have to ice in between days. I think that if you can have your guards compete with the San Antonio Spurs guards and get it to the end of those games, I think you could finally make it tough on Wemby. But until then, it is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, I love that strategy that you just laid out, which seems to be kind of hope for the best.
It's just a hope for the best type of thing, because I'm telling you right now, they start off with De'Aaron Fox at the hound of that thing, and you put 3 holes in his back, he is a bowling ball. I'm telling you, it's downhill. It's gone.
I love it. Iman, great to talk hoops with you. Thanks, my friend.
Of course. Thank you.